Why aren't you at the casino? You're all supposed to be at the casino. What's going on tonight? How is everyone tonight? How are you? And welcome to Purple Power Live. How's everyone doing this evening? Where is everyone from? Let me come in a little tighter on you. Where are y'all from tonight? Peyton's in the room. I see Peyton. I see, wow, a couple people already in the room. How is everyone doing this evening? It's a great evening, Friday evening. There's Benjamin. There's Mary from Palm Springs, Mystic. Hey, Miss Ashley, how are you doing? Monica. There's Glenda. There's Grace and Briggs and Mark and Jennifer and Lena, Jose and Andrea. And wow, a lot of people in the room. Alaska, Elizabeth's in Alaska. Kings and Lakeisha and Don and Jeffrey and Sherry and Cash Money and Todd and Keith are in the room. Wow. Renee. My God, we went to 1,000 people in a second. Lord, Louis, Pat, Sandra, Linda. Wow. So there's a lot of people already in here. Candace in Alabama. Teresa or Tessa from Pennsylvania. Mary from LA, from Northeast Ohio. Miss Ashley, Tina Snodgrass has joined us. Thank you for joining us. And Keshi Washington, sorry I missed you up there. Oh, it's Stacy from New Jersey, Angie from Central Florida, Carla, Katrina, Melinda, Tamika from Arkansas. Well, how are you, Tamika? Andrea from Illinois, Cynthia from Tampa, Alicia, oh boy, now they're coming fast. Laura from Washington State, and Jesse from Malusa, Montana. First time here, my friend. Says, oh, someone just passed. Wow, now it's moving fast. Leonard Tribble, Hondo from North Dakota. Well, thank you for the super chat, Miguel. That was fast. Christina, Linda, Mark Alfonso. Christina, thank you for the super chat. That was wonderful. Let me readjust myself here. How are we? Alfonso from Georgia. And wow, go by the Giants. First time from New Jersey. Boston. Boston's in the yard. Purple Power. Hello from Texas. Scott Hall from Texas and Andrea from Montana. Linda Peterson. Love you back, Linda. Portland, Oregon for Danielle. Brandy, well, thank Renee for the super chat. Justin from Boston, wow, now it's moving fast again. Corey and Barbara from San and Diego and Sally, we love you back, Sally. Frank from Port Whitney, Carol from Salem from Fort Worth, Kakeem from Las Vegas. Hey, Tamika, love you back. Janice, Debbie, well, thank you. It's a nice message. Marilyn from Snosifaki. I just butchered that one. Janice, Michigan, and Debbie from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Stuck in my truck, says Sergio. Oh no, that's not good. Faith Love and Kamini Jammer and Luis. Oh, Lisa Butler from New York. Well, thank you, Leonard Tribble. Tribbler. Thank you for the super chat. Very nice. Port Whitney. Wow, Mesa, Arizona. I know Mesa, friends. Oh, well, thank you, Aura. Thank you for the. Oh, that's so cute. Keep it up. Well, that's very adorable. Thank you. Patricia, watching from South Carolina. Yes. Mississippi. Linda from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Luis from Milano from Wyoming. Well, thank you for the super chat. Someone just went by in the super chat. And oh my God, Rebecca, thank you for the super chat. That's wonderful. Susan Livingston with New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. Yes. Bronx, New York, in the room. Lou Dog, Becky Guyana. Thank you, Alicia, for the super chat. Wow. Melody Ocho from Wyoming. Wow, we have a lot of Wyoming. Wharton, Texas. Jupiter, Florida is in the house. Denny Gonzalez. Wow. And Peggy House from Port Charles. Boyce, Joanne from Holbrook. Hi from Kentucky. Wow. Aliska from Mexico. Wow, we got it. One International. No, Planet Jupiter. Okay. From St. Louis, Joseph in St. Louis. Tattoo from Brazil. Brazil's in the room. Well, hello, Tattoo. We have Brazil, and we had and from North Tattoo, and we had someone else international. Who else is over international that's in the room from tonight, along with Tattoo? I just saw the ones, the second one. Who else internationally is in? Thank you, Miss Ashley. Who? Nicaragua. Denny Gonzalez in Nicaragua. Wow. Mucho gusto. Maui. There we go. James Shearer. Well, thank you, James. San Antonio, Texas. Glonsville, New York. Dodge City. Bahamas, Rob asked. I had a Bahamas this morning. Maybe is that you, Rob? Were you in here this morning also? Two people from Bahamas in one day. So we have Bahamas and we have Nicaragua and we have Brazil. It's a great night. Kentucky, Philippines, Pete Denagas. Were you in the room last night, Peter? Because there was someone from the Philippines in here last night as well. Brandon from Delaware, Ann from Missouri. Where Missouri are you from, Ann? Uh, Linda, lots of hearts. Becky from New York, another Becky from New York. Rhode Island, went out moving fast. Fresno, what about the casino? Yeah, I'm not at the casino just yet. Maybe later. Todd from Georgia State. Brenda, wow, Port Worth. Puerto Rico, Ludwig. I think we had Puerto Rico this morning. Were you in here from Puerto Rico earlier? Because we had someone from Puerto Rico this morning as well. Texas. They did not disperse the grants and the loans appropriately to the U.S. territories, and so Puerto Rico was one of the ones that did not get enough that they were supposed to get it. Hello from Tampa, Sharon and Cody from Atlanta, Georgia. Wow, let's talk stimulus. Someone said, "Let's talk stimulus." So let's talk stimulus. Tonight you saw the breaking news. If you did not see it, in the sticky comment to this video, in the pinned comment to this video, and I also put it in the super chat. Major breaking news, which you have to watch. That's evening's chat. I really go over everything that hit very hard tonight and today, which is really why all your big, big, bold, beautiful stimulus is now coming down to two people. And it's not Chuck and Nancy. It's those two people in Georgia that are running for those Senate seats. If those two Georgia Senate seats go Democratic, then the Senate falls to the Democrats, and then anything that Joe Biden wants to give you, that I've been detailing on this channel, you will get. So this is, let's talk about stimulus. We're talking about it right now. So if those two seats in Georgia go Democratic, this is what you would get. First, you would get $10,000 hazard pay. I mean, no, this video is always about hazard pay. So tonight, I'm going to say very clearly, you're not going to get watered down hazard pay. You won't get $5,000 hazard pay unless you made a lot of money in 2019. You won't get $1 hazard pay or $2 hazard pay or $300 hazard pay. You would get big hazard pay, $10,000. Someone just said, what happens if those two seats don't go Democratic? So I'm going to do both situations for you. That's a great question. I'm going to do both situations for you. So those two seats go Democrat, you'll get $10,000 hazard pay. They don't go, one of them doesn't go Democrat, will be the other situation. So the other situation is you'll get hazard pay. You just won't get $10,000. You'll just get smaller hazard pay. And we'll go over that classification in a second. Next, PUA, UI, FPUC, and PUC will be extended in both scenarios. The amount, of course, will be bigger if both seats go Democrat in Georgia. So if they both go Democratic, you would get $600 a week, retroactively. And let's do the math. That is August, September, October, November, and let's just say December because we're basically in December. That's 5 weeks times 5 months times 4 weeks. That's 5 times 4. That's 20 weeks times $600 a week. That's $12,000 in back FPUC you'll get if both those seats go Democratic, is what is likely to happen, presuming that Joe Biden doesn't, forget that you're supposed to do retroactive, and just doesn't do retroactive one day or something like that. So that would be $12,000. If those two seats don't go Democratic, well, then you could see retroactive, but not at $600 a week. So you'd probably see at $400 a week. Not a bad amount. I mean, that's about $8,000. The worst case scenario is that someone says, oh, we're not even going to do retroactive. And you certainly don't want that to happen. Then your UI and PUA, that would stay at the same level you currently get from your state. Then the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroads benefits, those checks, those would have differences. So under a 2-seat win in Georgia by the Democrats, you would get first a massive stimulus a check for the pandemic that would pay you $200 every month from now all the way to December 2021. Then you would get a lifetime increase of 20 up to 25 up to 20% per month lifetime. And third, you would get a step up every year based upon a new benchmark, which is not COLA. It's a more beneficial benchmark to you. Okay, so let's say those two seats don't go Georgia, then don't both go Democrat. Then what would you get? You would likely get both things, I think, because the Republicans say, hey, we need to increase Social Security. They're actually saying that. Mitt Romney said we need to increase Social Security. Next, you'll get a new benchmark. I don't think people like COLA overall. Thank you, Jennifer, for the wonderful super chat. I don't think people like COLA overall. And third, the $200 a month, I see no reason they wouldn't give that to you. I mean, it's very clear that, oh my God, 15% battery life leaving. Well, hopefully I don't lose you halfway through this video. I forgot to charge the camera. It's one of those days. The step up, I don't see that falling apart either on Republicans. Next, stimulus checks. Of course, stimulus checks. How much under a double Republican win in Georgia? I see you getting exactly what has been promised to you. First, Joe wants to give you multiple checks as long as this pandemic continues, and wants to continue giving you checks and wants to continue giving you bills until this pandemic continues. Harris, VP elect, $2,000 a month, 6 months, at least 6 months, until unemployment goes down or the pandemic goes away. That's not likely to be at least to June or July. So, you know, all those months would give you checks. Under not winning both Democratic seats in Georgia, I see repurposing of CARES Act 1 as a win-win for both sides. I see both sides agreeing to repurposing CARES Act 1, which is a $5,000 stimulus check, approximately. I see both sides agreeing to that because Mitch's whole issue is not running up the national debt, which I can understand. That's his bed. But this doesn't run up the national debt. The $2,000 check every 6 months does run up the national debt. That's taking out new money as I knock over half of the set. That is taking out new money out of Treasury and then repurpose and then sending it out to you. So that would cost more money. Student loan forgiveness, I don't think that's very partisan. I think that would be passed under both. Eviction moratorium, they would both do it. Mortgage forbearance, both do it. And I think we got it covered. So I think the big difference with the two Georgia seats is the $10,000 for hazard pay, which is a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money. No one wants $400 hazard pay. They want $10,000 hazard pay. That's a lot of money. And I think that the $600 versus the $400 of FPUC is another big difference. And then I think the magnitude of the stimulus checks and how long they continue is also another big issue. So there you go. So we have Florence, Mitch, hello from Florence, Alabama. Mitch is in the room, and Danes from Orlando. Edward from, oh, just went past. Elaine from Great PA. I don't know if that's a city or referring to PUA. It's just one of those nights. Arizona, oh, now it's moving fast again. We're seeing an increase in positive patients. Yes, it's just increasing everywhere. Angela from Iowa. If Mitch doesn't do the bill, do we have to wait to January? Okay, so let me answer that question because I'm getting a lot of if Mitch, if Nancy, if Donald, if Joe, I'm getting a lot of those questions. And here is the best way I can answer it. First of all, Mitch McConnell is about as unpredictable as a person could be. So we can't sit back and say, if Mitch doesn't do this, and apparently Temple Doom talked again tonight or something. But yeah, she always has something to say. She has to get her book deal or whatever. Someone says she gets a appearance fee for appearing on Colbert and all these places. I don't know. Maybe she does, but she just loves to talk. And what happens what happens if they don't? Here's the bottom line: it's impossible for me to predict what Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell are going to do. Because they literally will tell you at 6 a.m. in the morning, they're going to do something, and you'll check about an hour later, it's still not done, and you'll check it the day after, and it's still not done. Or they'll say that they're doing something, and then when you get it, it's exactly not what they said they were going to do. So it's very, I mean, how does anyone predict that? I mean, I literally, they're not consistent in their behavior. Mitch McConnell, for example, was always telling us he was going to roll out a bill. And so he said the bill would come on Tuesday. And remember that time where Mitch McConnell said the bill was going to come on on a Monday, and Mark Meadows and Steve Mnuchin said it would pass and become a law by Friday. It wasn't even written, the bill. The bill wasn't even introduced. And then it came a week later, and then it wasn't basically even called for a vote. I mean, so how does anyone base any determination on that? What is my personal opinion? I think they're all crazy. I just totally think they're all crazy. I think, Mitch McConnell will say, I'm introducing the bill tomorrow and I have 100% support. I mean, what do? Repeat that? I can repeat it, but I can also say, he's been wrong before. And then she's out there talking left and right about her bill, which is not Joe's bill. I mean, let's go through everything that you're going to get if Georgia's seats go Democrat under Joe Biden. That is not in Nancy Pelosi's bill. Hazard pay, it's not in her bill. Multiple stimulus checks, not in her bill. Anything for Social Security, nothing for Social Security is in her bill. She wants to give Social Security recipients and veterans $500 from March to the end of the pandemic. Last March to the end of the pandemic. Okay, let's take Nancy Pelosi wants to give you $500 for any adult dependent from March of 2020 to the end of the pandemic. Joe Biden, on the other hand, who's in the same party, a different hairstyle. I don't know how much hair he has, but different hairstyle. He wants to give you 20% increase, up to 20% increase in your benefits, plus $2,400, plus maybe another $400, plus a step up, and she wants to give you $500. And she wants to portray herself as the same as him. So that's why I'm dealing with crazy people, and people are saying, well, how can you predict? Can you give me a number? Can you give a day? And so that's what's going on. Why it's taken so long? They don't care. They hurt. Yeah, they really don't care. I mean, they really don't care. And everyone's message about them caring is absolutely true. They don't care. Okay, let's talk about Donald, because I'm getting these questions as well. Someone said in one of the comments today, can Donald do an executive order? Yes, he can do an executive order down to January 24th or 25th. He can do an executive order. Thank you, Steve, for the super chat. First time visitor. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining, Steve. Every night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Can Donald do a super? Can Donald do a super chat? He can do a super chat as well. Can Donald do executive order? Absolutely, he can do executive order. Will he do executive order? So someone asked that question. Will Donald do executive order? Someone in the comments responded to the person, said, "Do you really think he's going to do anything to help anyone?" My response is, he's on the golf course every single day. And I think he will be on the golf course every single day until January 20th. So is he going to do executive order? I mean, he could. Do I think he's going to do anything for us? No. Next, the question I get a lot is, what if Mitch and Nancy do agree to something and then it goes to Donald? Well, if he doesn't agree to it, it just goes back to Nancy not Chuck, but Mitch. And if they have enough votes, it overrides it. It's as simple as that. $12 ice cream, as someone just said. They don't give it out. Yeah, they don't care. A lot of them don't care. It's really quite bad. As some person said, Donald Trump is not going to do anything. He knows he's out. I mean, yeah, he knows he's out, but he also doesn't care. And there's a difference between caring and not doing anything. And, anyway. From Arkansas, Sylvia. Hello, Sylvia in the room. Jimmy, do you think the Democrats have a good chance to win Georgia? I don't know. Someone should pool. I did not pool. Someone should poll poll. Someone should poll the results from election night. I can't remember which ones did better. But they have to win 2 seats. Remember, the Democrats have to win both of the seats. Winning one doesn't cut it. So the way it works is they win 2. If they win 2, then the Senate is exactly 50% Republican, 50% Democrat, and VP-elect Harris breaks the vote every time. That's the way the Constitution works. Houston, Texas. Hello, Houston, Texas. Danny Gonzalez, $12. Kim Welton from Pennyville, Missouri. Wow. Buffalo, New York. There's someone. Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. Arizona living. Nancy Pelosi needs to be fired and banned from any government job. Yeah, I mean, she just really, I don't know what's wrong with her. Terry, Lloyd, money, money, money. It's time for money. Jorge Ferrero Gomez, it's time for money for America. Yes. You just said that Trump can sign. Yes, Trump can sign the executive order all the way up to the date in which up to January 24th. Oregon's going into lockdown. I saw Oregon. My deep wishes to Oregon. I saw that tonight. Um, Oregon, do you say Oregon or Oregon? Or were you on a curfew before that? Because I did not hear curfew before that. So wait a second. Something went real fast there. Hello from Winchester. I think someone in the comments said, so basically, let me just say, if anyone that always starts a sentence about stimulus about so basically, there's no basically in stimulus. There's nothing that you can predict in stimulus. So there it goes again. So I just said, so basically. So basically, no, it's not predictable. I mean, I was sitting here yesterday evening telling you the Senate is Republican, the Senate's Republican, the Senate's staying Republican, and now suddenly tonight at 4 o'clock we learned that 2 seats are now going for recount in Georgia. So it's you can't predict anything with this. This is literally uh, more exciting than a Love and Hip Hop reunion show. Uh, George, do you have any idea when they're going to get on the $200 debit cards for our prescriptions? That's a good question. I think that was a campaign promise by Trump, but did not become executive order. I don't remember it becoming a law or executive order. I only remember it as a promise. Uh, Love your show and you crack me up, Janet, Kentucky. Well, thank you so much. A roller coaster. It is a roller coaster. Keep on Twitter, everyone. Yes, that person who just mentioned that's absolutely true. I mean, you have to be on social media and be telling the elected officials what you're telling me. When you say to me, your concerns, I know your concerns. I mean, we've been a family now since April. I know your concerns. I am not oblivious to them. I see them. I hear them. But you need to tell that to elected officials because they need to hear it. I can't make rent. I've lost my apartment. I'm living out of my car. I'm behind Walmart in a tent. I've lost my job. I'm gone through my life savings. You need to tell them. I appreciate you telling me, but you need to tell them because they're the people who act like they have no heart, act like they don't care, act like they don't do that. They want to protect the national debt like it's some sacred beast or something. And you have to say very clearly to them, get this done. Beware of trace Twitter because I was blocked on Twitter. Be careful on Twitter. Yeah, that's a great comment. So when you're on Twitter, make sure you do it in a way that is consistent with their policies. So don't tweet too often in just a few seconds. So like if you tweet 5 or 10 times a second, then you can't, that's not good. Also use respectful terms. Um, I've heard today that Trump might end. Yeah, I mean, at this point, there have been some questions. Viva LA. My son just found out he has COVID in college in Kansas, Missouri. So Tamika, there's a lot of stuff that for people who newly contracted COVID to get for relief, and among them sometimes is pandemic unemployment assistance, which has a classification if you contract COVID or a family member contracts COVID or someone that lives with your family gets COVID. What's a dependent? A dependent is someone who appears on someone else's tax return. So an example is if you have a father and your father appears on your tax return as a dependent. Maybe Nancy will send us $12 to buy some ice cream. Exactly. Please. Oh, went really fast. I want you to help support Purple Power. I can use Facebook hashtags. Yes, always use hashtags so that people can get it. Uh, I feel bad for the people that are homeless. Oklahoma here. Yeah, and I had people going homeless in this channel in July, and August, and they really did not care. Lots of love, Purple Power family. Lots of love back, Karen. Wonderful. And do you think there'll be a civil? I didn't see the end after civil. I shared your episode for this afternoon about Democrats on both sides of Georgia and several others CNN. Well, thank you so much. Checks before Christmas. You know what? I said this in the to answer your question. What, do I believe there'll be checks before Christmas? So I said this in the video that's pinned in the comments to this video, the check, and this is what I said. And I mean, you could say the same thing. Is that Mitch has two seats going up for bid in Georgia? Well, you know what those people in those races are going to say? Where's the stimulus? And the Democrat contenders are going to say, where's the stimulus? And the Republicans, what are they going to say that are vying for the seats? If Mitch sits back and does this and doesn't do stimulus, he's going to lose those two seats in Georgia. I mean, it's as simple as that. So you have to think that Mitch is going to wake up and say, I got to do something because I'm going to lose those two seats in Georgia. Either he doesn't care about his job and just cares about getting his pension because he's in there for the next however more years, or he really cares about holding the Senate. If he really intends to hold the Senate Republican, then he really has to do a stimulus package right away. Otherwise, he's going to get his hand. He's going to absolutely lose his shirt on in the runoffs in Georgia. Uh, Love and prayers to all. Jennifer Cobb. Well, very nice. Yes, please stimulus for Christmas. Everyone needs stimulus. Stephen Amato. I need help bad. People have needed help since July. Since July, I had one viewer who is a longtime viewer who would watch mornings LALATE, then tweet, then watch. I didn't have a midday show then, and then come in at afternoons. And between mornings and afternoons, her car was repoed. Mitch is going to lose the seats anyway. I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't care at this point. Why is Nancy Pelosi Speaker of the House? That's a whole other. That's a whole other channel. A whole other video. I did one a little bit about it. I mean, she really has to be thrown out. She's not doing anything. Thank you for the super chat, Simone. Very, very kind. Why won't they find the unemployment back at least for now? That's a great question. I mean, that is Nancy Pelosi's fault. That's 100% her fault because Republicans offered to do a standalone bill for unemployment. You know, I've done the math with you before, so let's do an interaction right now. Tell me yes or no to this question. If Nancy Pelosi had accepted Steve Mnuchin's $400 a week for FPUC, which would in July, and let's say, and we're now in November, so that's August, September, October, November. Let's add December. That's 20 weeks at $400 a week. That's $8,000. If Nancy Pelosi had accepted a standalone bill with Steve Mnuchin's $400 a week, which is what he offered, which would have been $8,000, would you be in a dramatically better situation now with $8,000 versus zero for FPC? Answer yes or no. Yes, yes. Yes, I would. Yes. I would take yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. At this point, anything. Yes. Okay, so now let me ask it this way. Do you believe it was an error for her to have not accepted that $400 based upon how it's impacted you now? Has that been a bad decision by Nancy not accepting the $400 a week in July? Yes, 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 yes. Wow, positively. So yes, everyone's yes on this. So, I mean, this is what deeply troubles me. Everyone's absolute yes. This is what deeply troubles me because money piles up over time. And even if, even when we look at Mitch's $300 a week, even if we talk about Mitch's $300 a week, $300 a week for 20 weeks now would have been $6,000. Even if you accepted Mitch's $300 a week, you would have been at $6,000. $6,000 is better than zero. $8,000 is better than zero. $9,000 is better than zero. And what she did was basically say nothing or everything. And now you have nothing. And that has been really the backdrop of why I'd accept $1. I mean, that's what doesn't make sense in this permutation. And ultimately, it has been a story which has been on broadcast news. Every major paper covers unemployment because everyone understands unemployment. You need unemployment, you need FPUC. And what's insane here and deeply worries me, and I try not to show emotion on camera because you know how I don't do well with emotion on camera, is that your unemployment deadline is in December. We're just a few weeks away from UI and FPUC expiring. And, it was no less than maybe 10 years ago where I had friends that were on unemployment. They had unemployment for a year and a half or 2 years. And the fact that in the middle of a pandemic, people who went on unemployment in just March, which is what, just 7 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, suddenly they're out of unemployment during the middle of a pandemic, it doesn't make any sense. Do people who work, we all need help, we're praying as ASAP, I'm a father of five. Hyperbole, categorically, yes. So what I would recommend to you, because I don't want to always give negativity, I don't want to give negativity, is that ensure you've done these two things when we're talking about unemployment. Ensure you have gotten your unemployment back to the earliest date you can get it back to. So if you qualify for unemployment back to March, and for some reason you're still in the July part of it, get it back to March. Because this is what you have to remember. Despite everything, all this junk that's going on with these people in Washington, your state will still pay you your unemployment from March all the way up to the present if March is the date of impact. That's important. And I had someone the other day said they haven't. I have contacted. They haven't contacted me back. If you're having problems with your unemployment assistance, contact your state assembly person, not your person in Congress, but in your state. They actually help you out. Next, do escalated benefits if you qualify. Escalated benefits is where if you made at least $25,000 a year, you can raise your escalated benefits by providing your unemployment department a copy of your 2019 tax return that says, hey, I made 35,000 last year, or I made 36,000, or I made 21, or I made 19. And that would raise your unemployment benefits up. Every state starts at a base level, 167, for example, California, and they go up higher. Some of them go up to $300-$400 a year, a month. What's important to understand is that if you get escalated benefits, they go retroactively. There's no dispute about it. So if you're at 167 here in California and you qualify for escalated benefits because you watch this video and you go do the escalated benefits and you've been on unemployment benefits since March, let's do the math. Let's say it's $300 versus $100. That's $200 a month. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's, oh my God, that's 8 months times 4 weeks. That's 32 weeks. 32 weeks. And let's say you raise your benefits, $100. That's $3,000. You raise it $200. That's $6,000. That's money that's there. And it's categorically important. So that's the way I want you to focus on it. Finally, if you applied for EIDL loans, got denied, want to do a reconsideration, do a reconsideration because the interest and principal is not due for the first year. What's important to understand, because I haven't talked about this in a while, is for EIDL loans, thank you, Roger, for the super chat. For EIDL loans, the repayment is not due for, principal is not due for a year, and the interest is not due for a year. As we sit here now, in November, it is categorically true that the pandemic will be gone by the middle of next year. So by December of next year, your life will be pandemic free. You may not be as economically strong as you were before the pandemic, but it'll be economically stronger. To get a $5,000 loan or $6,000 loan in your bank now, and then deal with repaying it slowly over 30 something years, starting not now, not next year, but the year after, it makes total sense. That's sba.gov. Go get it. Go get it. If you have anything if you did a Schedule C last year, or you did or you had a you had anything that shows yourself as an independent contractor, sole practitioner, please do it. That's the loan, not the grant. The loan works because for people who need $4, $5, $6,000, this could make the difference for you between now and the spring. So let's go back to some of you folks. Low battery, so just a little bit of battery left. So final closing remarks. Hello to Len. Hello to Lord. Hello to Tanya. Hello to Janet, Chuck, Sherry, Shirley, Dawn, and Gabby. Sir Lloyd, what are the odds of the Dems win? I'll ask Sir Lloyd. Jennifer, Jada, hello to Karen, Ann, Stelly, Lady, Sherry, Steve, Lois, Charlie. What's up, Charlie Brown? Dennis, Pamela Connie, Rosanna, Cody, Vincent, Annette, 10J, and Terry. Thank you for everyone being in the room tonight. Thank you for the international viewers. Bahamas, Mexico, Nicaragua, Brazil, Philippines, and absolutely incredible. Please go to Czech, which is in the pinned comment to this video. The Czech video will go over more detail about what I discussed in this video. It's from Evenings LA. Please watch that right after watching this video. It's available all night to watch. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay at LA for more.